Welcome to Good News Friday. Mike Simon is here. I'm Joey Arbor. Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for allowing Simon Solutions, our work, to be part of your work, as we appreciate the opportunity to serve so many cities across the United States. Mike, I think we're about 2,200 cities throughout the country. And every single one of you are very, very important. We know that you're working hard, that you're transforming people's lives, you're working being able to focus in on the data collection of individuals, because we know that that data is very valuable. What you do from your agency's perspective, from your community's perspective, a lot of those decisions and judgments come from just being able to look at the data. One of our great testimonials as to what can happen when Charity Tracker is allowed to come in and to work with you is in Charleston, South Carolina. And Mike Simon, the president of Simon Solutions, and Isaac Simon, they had the opportunity to visit with one lady that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, Cathy Easly from the Trident United Way. Mike, I know you guys had a great time. How could you not have a good time hanging around with Cathy Easly? But boy, what a great time to visit and to see how that Charity Tracker can be realized from an implementation, but from a continuity perspective and success.
Well, visiting with Cathy Easly, us going out to Charleston was a first. And they've been with us for years.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, Cathy Easly and another person called Chuck Coward and some
Yes.
across the country visited our offices in Florence, Alabama in the early days and helped us to do outcomes and
Yeah.
the version 2 of Charity Tracker. And we gained a lot of insight from them because we had all these people in the room and they were collaborating on the development. And so we listened and listened, and then we implemented that in our software. But going out there this time was a special occasion for us. We were tired from the night before to get there because the jet lag and getting in there late. But first thing Wednesday morning we had meetings all day long. It went into the evening, in fact. So we visited with Cathy. She took us to the United Way. And boy, what a United Way they have there. I never dreamed it was that big.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that they serve. But that's a pretty good operation they've got in Charleston, South Carolina. And then we went over and we visited with I'm trying to remember who all we did visit with. We visited with so many people. We visited with Echo Ministries.
Yeah.
Echo, they're a clothing closet. They're a food pantry. They have a dental clinic. They have a medical clinic. They have it's such a big operation. They've been around for 34 years.
Wow.
And I like what the tech person there for Echo is. She's been there quite a few years. And Isaac asked her, he says, "What would you do if we turned off Charity Tracker?" She says, "We wouldn't be here."
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man.
They rely heavily on our reports, and then we visited with the United Way Resource Center. This is a United Way that's very unique. They actually do direct services.
Oh wow, that is unique. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
They do job placement. They do all kind of social work out of another office, another county. They had to spread out their offices in large counties that don't have anything.
Wow.
And people have to go. They have to drive sometimes 45 minutes to get across the county. And they provide the services for them to help them, find jobs, get food, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this United Way they're doing it. And then we visited with Our Lady of Mercy, which is a Catholic organization there. They've been around for years. They've got 3 buildings, huge campus.
Oh my goodness.
They do They do the women having children. You know, I don't know what you call that. What do you call that? OBGYN or something
Yeah,
like that.
OBGYN. Yeah.
And then they have dental. They have a dentist. We met the dentist, and they
Oh,
got
great. Good, good.
6 chairs in there, and they said they're busy all day long.
That's
They're busy.
awesome.
And then they have a education center. They provide English as a second language, that education, and then so they got into doing English as a second language, but the people said, well, we can't come because we have to find daycare. And they said, oh, why don't we
Ooh.
provide daycare?
Oh
So
man, I
they
love this. I love this. I love this.
and they have a clothes closet, a food pantry, and all kinds of social services. And so we got some great footage of them. It was a memorable trip. It's one that I will not forget for many, many, many years. And then we went to the safety net meeting. That's
Yeah.
the work of all the organizations. Cathy Easly, I think she said there are 370 organizations
Oh my goodness.
that are involved in their care network, Charity Tracker Care Network.
Yeah.
And I think over 900 caregivers are involved. And so this big operation, wow. And so we had a great time, and I'm looking forward to the videos and Isaac has got all the film, he had all the cameras worked out and all the it blew my mind to see. And I'm thinking my son is a videographer.
He is. He's good too.
We put the drone up and we got
Yeah.
drone.
I love it.
It was an awesome experience. And so we're glad we went to Charleston. We're looking forward to going to other cities. We got 2 or 3 more cities we want to go to as well. We have Huntsville that we want to go to. We got Nashville we want to go to.
Yeah.
Or Evans, what is Evans?
Evansville, Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Spartanburg, and they go to Spartanburg, South Carolina. We love what they're doing. So it was just a wonderful time, and I'm glad we did it.
Well, you know, Mike, we talk about our cities, our partners in these communities, and whenever you're able to actually document from what you guys were able to put together there from the video. And by the way, folks, that will be available very soon. We'll keep you updated on whenever they get it all edited. There's a lot of footage there. So putting it together in a video format, we want to get that up there and running so you can see what they have done there in Charleston. Charleston has been a partner with Charity Tracker from the get-go, pretty much. And they're a testimonial as to what can occur when you bring in data-driven collaboration, when you bring in a technology like Charity Tracker. Here's what occurs. Here's what happens. You're putting everyone on the same page at the same time. These agencies that are working with other agencies there in their community, they're making it happen. You know, there's a lot of people that talk about, well, what we need to do is get to work together. We need to work together. Well, that's what they're doing there in Charleston. So it's important to all of us here at Simon Solutions to document some of these stories, because it's one thing for Mike and I, we could sit here and tell you all day long, hey, look, we're doing this and we're doing that and we're doing this. But actually hearing it from those that are doing it, those that are in the trenches many times. These are people that are taking on the challenges every day, and they're coming out winning. I love that about the agency there, Mike. They're equipping every single aspect of what a person needs. Let's face it, some of the biggest challenges is an agency can give you some of what you need, but can they give you everything that you're needing? You're talking about, it's one thing to provide classes, but you know, who's taking care of the kids and providing that daycare, just like you're talking about there. Now you're talking about really a comprehensive agency that's working, but then working with other agencies, and the referral type aspect is which Charity Tracker is so effective in doing. But Charleston, they've been doing the request referrals for a long time. So they've got a lot of the stories, the testimonials as to the practical application of what can occur. It's exciting. And just being able to tell the story from the people that are actually doing this perspective, I think that's so important. Because Mike, the question every day I have from people is they're talking with us, who else is doing this? And then the second question, how are they doing this, right? And so being able to point them in the right direction, I think that's so important. For those of you that may be out there that's looking as to what the next steps are, I don't know that you could find a better case than what has happened in Charleston, South Carolina. So proud of those people. I mean, Mike, we talk with various people from time to time about they'll come in as many times. It'll be North Charleston, something like that, and they'll have an agency, and they're like, "Hey, I'm really hearing a lot of stuff about this, and let's point you in the right direction to join that network and be part of the excitement that's going on there with Trident United Way." Big thanks to you and Isaac for going out there and for documenting these great stories. Mike Simon, now let me tell you, let me go let the cat out of the bag here. Years and years and years of putting together and documenting some of the work that he has been part of when it comes to community transformation. Sir, big salute to you. The ebook is now available. Mike, would you like to share a little bit more about that and where people can pick that up?
Well, the ebook is kind of in the first draft. We got some people that are looking at that. They're making some additions and all this, and diagrams and illustrations are going in. But the ebook is years worth of research and just trying to get a better handle on what it takes to bring a community together. We talk about that quite a bit. What does it take to bring a community together? It's like herding cats most of the time. How can you bring a community together? But it's possible. It is possible. And what led me to write the book was the fact that we're discovering what Charity Tracker and how communities and individual organizations, how they're taking this tool and innovating with it. And it's this innovation that has sparked me to write the book after years of doing this research. And people are learning how to work together for common good and greater impact. They're working together more efficiently, more effectively, and they're setting unprecedented outcomes. It's amazing what some of these communities are doing. And I wanted people to understand that there are steps that you take to get to this process. And it's a process can take, you can't do it in a microwave point of view, or it's a sprint, it's a marathon, it's a long time. And I wrote the book because I wanted to take the framework that I've understood. Now, it may not be anybody else's framework, but it's my framework in which I've come to understand. And I put it into 8 steps. How do you go from crisis to sustainability to abundant living, and put that into a framework that will help you understand how you can help move the needle on poverty, hunger, and health disparities in your community. It's something else, and it's going to be available. It's going to be available this year, and more. It may be available more toward the spring of this year, in which you can download it for free.
Yes,
hear me? For free, you can have this.
Well, I can only say this, Mike. I am very, very much aware of the work that has gone into this. I've watched you as a part of the work, and a great appreciation for you documenting these stories and the steps, because it's so important. And you said it, you summed it up. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And the steps that you need, pacing yourself sometimes, stopping, assessing, determining self-evaluation there as to where you are. That's essential parts of this. But you've documented, you put all this together. And I can tell you this formula, folks, this formula works. A lot of times whenever I'm out talking with people and they're like, where do you get all this? Mike Simon. Mike Simon has done this through years in the communities, working successfully to do this. And we talk about Mike, please don't take this as disrespect, but folks, sometimes it is like herding cats, right? And it's like, it can be quite a challenge, but here's the good thing. It can work. And when it does, in Charleston, South Carolina, in Huntsville, Alabama, in Nashville, Tennessee, in Evansville, Indiana, when it does work, there's transformation of people's precious lives that occur. And it's documented. It's the part of the process that frankly keeps us going here at Simon Solutions, because we know we're in this for the long haul, and our commitment is bringing fruition to people's lives. And it's as simple as that: positive impact on the communities and the people that are within them. And that's where we keep pushing, we keep going, we keep innovating, and we keep documenting. We got videos, we got ebooks that are coming out. We want to make sure we provide you with the next steps and what that looks like. That's our responsibility here at Simon Solutions. We take it seriously. Mike, thanks again for all your hard work here within the company, and Isaac and you guys in documenting all that information there in Charleston. And the ebook is coming out. We'll have details about that very soon, folks. But if Mike and I, if we can ever be of help in talking, just understanding a little bit more about what we do here and how that we can help you, we'd be honored to do so. Mike at simonsolutions.com, Joey at simonsolutions.com. From all of us here at Simon Solutions, we're honored to serve and work with you. May God bless you all. Have a great weekend.